surface area of like 3 cities.
Okay, so it's like one block, but a block, another half block all around.
Yes.
What
And
are you
like,
talking about?
these blocks
I had
were
to get that
packed
done, so
street
I
corner
knew.
to street corner with gang members. Like, this was the Zulu, not the Zulu Nation. This was the Black
Zulu
State.
Nation!
This was before the Zulu Nation. This was before Africa Mabata started all that shit. He was
I don't even
still
know
on
what people would
record
think
in
if
the
they just like
This
had
is
no
the day of the
context.
Black Spade. This is the day of the Savage Brothers. This is the day of like all sorts of other gangs, and they all declare war on the Roman kings. And the Ghetto Brothers come in with their peacemaker, right? They send their peacemaker down, and their peacemaker is in the South
Hey, that's
Bronx.
Black Benji, right?
Yeah, it's Black
Yes,
Benji.
Black
Yeah.
Benji.
Black Benji!
So Black Benji is at a house, and he's talking with this dude about peace and just like his plan for what his peace deal is with like all these other gangs. And he walks down this set of stairs in the South Bronx. And when he walks down the set of stairs, he looks down the next 2 blocks beside him. And the entire like next 2 blocks, like next 3 blocks in all directions, essentially, are just filled with gang members.
Well, hey.
Like, it is dudes with
Wait.
shotguns, dudes with baseball bats, dudes with pistols, dudes with their fists that are just ready to fuck some shit up. And so,
This is drunk history.
That is
DJ Benji,
yeah.
Black Benji, he walks up to this gang, right? He walks up to the Black Spades, and he's like, yo, brothers, I am here for peace. I am here to broker a peace deal between you and the Roman kings. I don't want any bloodshed or anything like that. Some random dude from the crowd of the Black
Some
Spades
phantom
walks
son
up,
bitch.
and he says, peace shit. And he stabs Black Benji in the stomach. Black Benji is murdered in the middle of the fucking street.
No
As
way.
a member of the
He's the
Ghetto Brothers.
peacemaker.
Like,
How you gonna
exactly.
murder the fucking peacemaker?
He is a peacemaker of the most well-respected gang
better than,
of
like, the
all
Roman
of
Empire,
New York
dude.
City and Jersey City and the Tri-State area. Like, the Ghetto Brothers were
What makes up the
well-renowned and
Tri-State area?
well-known
I've
for
heard that
doing good
term
things.
a lot.
And it's because of people like Black
Impossible,
Benji that
funny.
they were known for doing that stuff. And so when Black Benji died,
Oh my.
basically every gang in New York City, except for the Black
Yeah,
Spades,
fucking-
and like 3 or
What,
4
doggy?
other gangs were like, this is some
No, don't
fucked up
eat the
shit.
sick.
You just killed a peacemaker. We do not.
No!
That is
Boomer!
not
Boomer!
okay.
No.
Exactly. So the Ghetto Brothers, in the middle of their like Friday music shows and whatnot, they invite everybody to a peace deal. So they pick this like conference building in the middle of the Bronx, and they all go into this conference building and they fill up a gym. It's the Ghetto Brothers.
Wait,
the
is this like the
president,
South
vice-
Park episode where they take the fucking Crips
Yes,
blood?
exactly.
No!
South Park episode.
No!
Like, literally. Okay, so you have the Ghetto Brothers, right? You have the president, the vice president, and you have the peacemaker. Well, the new peacemaker after Black Benji was named.
Boomer!
All the other gangs,
Boom.
they have their presidents, vice presidents, and their warlords, which is the opposite of the peacemaker.
Just Tron's on deck.
The warlords are the people that declare and end wars between certain gangs and declare like when violence seems to happen. And so you have these warlords and you have these war councils and these presidents and vice presidents. Basically, every single gang in New York City, not just the Bronx, but we're talking the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Upper Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, Harlem, like every single borough had a representative at this meeting. And they go in and they're like, look, Black Benji got fucking murdered in the middle of the street, and this is fucked up. And everybody was like, yeah, this is fucked up shit. So the Ghetto Brothers are like, alright, what we think we should do is broker a peace agreement. And so they schedule a peace agreement, and literally every gang member, every president and every vice president of every gang, they stayed
They
up.
throw their John Hancocks on there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they all stand up in the middle of this meeting, right? Every single gang states their grievances with every other gang, and they work out their grievances with one another in this one single meeting inside of a gym, inside of a condo building.
Why can't they do that
And
nowadays?
so,
Like, what
the
fuck?
next day, they have this peace treaty, right? And the gang violence almost instantaneously stops. Like, New York cops used to be
Stop.
afraid to go into the Bronx because they would see
I
such
still am
crazy
afraid to go
shit.
into the Bronx.
Like, if somebody got stabbed in the Bronx, NYPD would not send an ambulance to the Bronx to save that person. They would send an officer to bag the person, disguise them from everybody else that was a gang member around, and drag the body away so that they could get to an ambulance in the morgue. In the Bronx, you didn't see things like ambulances. You didn't see any sort of institutional help for these people. So they had to make it all for themselves, which is why these gangs ended up existing. Because the gangs were like filling in the gap where this institutional help was lacking. And then when the gangs get too violent and they make this peace treaty, they end up doing more constructive stuff. So instead of battling each other in the streets with guns to their foreheads, they start doing it with DJing beats, right? So they start trying to see who can get the sickest break beats on the turntables. They see who can start doing the sickest rhymes over the turntables with the break beats.
And then hip-hop was
They start seeing who can do the coolest graffiti art that is totally anti-establishment and fits in with the hip-hop culture. They see who is doing the craziest, like, beatboxing beats and whatnot. And all of those things together make hip-hop culture.
Wait, isn't that how
And all of it at the same time was born out of New York City. Or New York City. Out of the Bronx. All the Bronx.
Newark.
The Bronx is where hip-hop was founded.
Most
DJ
Def,
Kool Herc
literally, the artist,
founded
Most Def.
hip-hop in the fucking Bronx. Grandmaster Flash, Africa Bambaataa, Tribe Called Quest, Red Alert, like all the other old school names, they took after DJ Kool Herc and Africa Bambaataa and Grandmaster Flash. They set the fucking precedent for what hip-hop has been for the last 40 fucking years. And they do not deserve it. They deserve way more appreciation than they actually get. Because, nope, like, DJ Kool Herc, for example, nobody fucking knows that. You had to ask a hardcore hip-hop head who DJ Kool Herc is, and they'll know. Those are the only people that will know. But he's the dude who started the genre. The whole genre of hip-hop.
You ask most people who like hip-hop around here, like, who started hip-hop? To be like,
Why are you so
Kanye
quiet?
West.
I didn't know what to call it.
Like,
It's like a slow clap. Yeah.
three
And no one
people
else
have
joins in, but you just keep
all
going.
hip-hop and rap. The entire genre, the entire
my own
feel
crowd.
of the music, the message of the music, the style of the music, everything. Three people.
Speaking of the message,
Are
can somebody
responsible.
play the message now that we're on old school hip-hop? Message, Grandmaster Flash.
Yes. Actually, don't know where.
This one's probably inside.